Hey everyone, welcome to video 3 of the Earth and Space Science Regents Survival Guide. We went through the format of the test, as you could see, and highlighted important stuff. And then we did Space Systems Unit 1. So if you missed those videos, go check them out, because this video is going to be starting on the History of the Earth and Plate Tectonics Survival Guide. Here we go. Make sure you have your pen and pencil out, write your notes on what you don't understand, and make sure you're doing your practice regions, right? That's really important. And go check out my videos that go through all the practice regions and all the reference table charts and everything else. You could find them on my channel, all right? By the way, send my stuff to your friends. Send it to them. It's useful. Help them study. All right, here we go. This unit focuses on how scientists reconstruct Earth's past using rocks, fossils, isotopes, impact evidence, plate motion, and geologic patterns. Regents questions usually ask you to interpret evidence and connect Earth's past to processes still happening today. So we got the early Earth and solar system history first. Okay, big ideas. The Earth and the solar system formed about 4.6 billion years ago. The solar system formed from a rotating cloud of gas and dust pulled together by gravity. Meteorites are important because they're mostly unchanged remnants of early solar system material. If you don't know the word remnant, it means a little piece. Early Earth was molten. Differentiation caused dense materials like iron and nickel to sink towards the core. That's why the core is made of iron and nickel, while lighter materials rose to the crust. Ancient zircon minerals provide evidence that liquid water existed on Earth more than 4 billion years ago. The moon likely formed from a giant impact between Earth and a Mars-sized object. They called it Theia. Lunar rocks are similar in composition to Earth's outer layers, supporting the giant impact hypothesis. Earth's earliest rock record is incomplete because tectonics, erosion, and volcanism and weathering have recycled or destroyed a lot of the ancient rocks. Next is impact craters and mass extinctions. Big ideas. Impact craters form when asteroids or comets collide with a planetary surface. Large impacts can throw dust, ash, and gas into the atmosphere. Dust and aerosols can block sunlight and cause global cooling. Less sunlight can reduce photosynthesis, disrupting food webs. Large impacts can contribute to mass extinctions. Crater evidence, fossil evidence, and isotope data help scientists reconstruct major events in Earth's past. All right, next section, radioactive decay and absolute age. So there are a radioactive decay diagram on page 15 on the reference table, really important. Big ideas. Radioactive decay occurs when unstable isotopes release particles and energy to become more stable. A parent isotope decays into a daughter product. A half-life is the time it takes for half of the remaining parent material to decay. Half-lives are constant and predictable. Radiometric dating gives absolute ages of rocks, fossils, and geologic events. Carbon-14 is used for relatively recent, once-living material. Long half-life isotopes such as uranium-238 and potassium-40 are used for very old rocks, and that's listed on the reference table page, by the way. If 50% of the parent isotope remains, one half-life has passed. If 25% remains, that means two half-life has passed, so on and so forth. All right, continental drift and plate tectonics, which is reference table pages 11 and 12. Big ideas. Pangaea was once a supercontinent that existed about 250 million years ago. Continental drift describes, let's get that Pangaea one. Continental drift describes the movement of continents over time. Plate tectonics explains that Earth's lithosphere is broken into moving plates. Plates move on the weaker flowing asthenosphere. Can't talk. Mantle convection helps drive plate motion. That's super important. Evidence for continental drift includes matching continent shapes, identical fossils found on the separated continents, matching rock layers and mountain belts, and ancient climate evidence. Modern evidence for plate motion includes GPS data. Oceanic crust is younger than continental crust because it's constantly created or destroyed. Continental crust is older because it's less dense, more buoyant, and resists subduction. Earth's interior and plate boundaries were still on those reference table pages 11 and 12. Earth has layers based on composition and physical properties. The inner core is solid and made mostly of iron and nickel. The Earth's outer core is liquid and helps generate the magnetic field of the Earth. The mantle is hot, slow-flowing rock. The lithosphere includes the crust and the upper rigid mantle. The asthenosphere is weaker and flows slowly beneath the lithosphere. Divergent boundaries occur when plates move apart. Get that one. New oceanic crust forms at mid-ocean ridges. Convergent boundaries occur where plates collide. Subduction occurs when denser oceanic crust sinks beneath another plate. Subduction zones create trenches, volcanic arcs, and earthquakes at many depths. All plate boundaries can cause earthquakes, for the record. Transform boundaries occur where plates slide past one another. Let's get that highlighted for transform. And transform boundaries produce shallow earthquakes. Seafloor spreading and magnetic stripes. So we're still on page 11 and 12 on the reference table. Big ideas. Seafloor spreading occurs at mid-ocean ridges. Magma rises, cools, and forms new basaltic oceanic crust. It's good to know that oceanic crust is made from basalt. The youngest oceanic crust is found at the ridge. That's in the center where the divergence is happening. Oceanic crust gets older with distance from the ridge. Magnetic minerals and cooling lava align with the Earth's magnetic field. The Earth's magnetic field has reversed many times. These reversals create symmetrical magnetic stripes on both sides of the mid-ocean ridges. Matching stripe patterns are strong evidence for seafloor spreading. Sonar mapping helped reveal mid-ocean ridges and ocean floor features. All right, now we got constructive and destructive processes, and we're still talking about pages 11 and 12. Pages 11 and 12, if you didn't catch on, basically is your plate tectonics maps, okay? Big ideas. Constructive processes build, and destructive processes break down or recycle. Here's some constructive processes. We got volcanic eruptions, mountain building, deposition, seafloor spreading. Destructive stuff, weathering, erosion, subduction, landslides. Hawaii formed as the Pacific plate moved over a hotspot. A chain of volcanic islands with increasing age shows plate motion over a stationary mantle plume. All right, here are your patterns from the regents that have been out thus far. The regents for this topic has generally asked to explain why meteorites help date the solar system, to use zircon evidence to infer early liquid water, to connect asteroid impacts to climate change and extinction, to calculate age using a half-life, to choose the correct isotope for a sample, to explain fossil evidence for continental drift, to identify plate boundaries using maps or diagrams, to connect earthquake depth to subduction, to explain seafloor spreading using crust and age and magnetic stripes, to compare constructive and destructive processes, and using real-world examples like the Himalayan mountains, that's where Mount Everest is, Hawaii, the East African Rift, and the Mariana Trench. Okay, so that is Unit 2. Next will be Unit 3, which is Earth systems, which is rocks and things like that. But listen, if you don't know any of this stuff, I would just look more into that little note that you kind of don't understand and either look it up, ask me a question in the comment, or bring some of these notes that you're making to your teacher. Go ask them to explain that stuff to you. Be like, oh, can you explain this one thing to me real quick? That way you're ready to go. All right. Good luck and keep on studying.